Tom. A baby country girl, little more than a year old, sat upon an outspread quilt in front of the open door. She was very busy playing with some red and white corn cobs, when a large, beautiful cat came to the door and peeped in. Evidently liking the looks of the little maid, he ventured farther, and soon joined with vim in the corn cob game, rolling and tossing them about, to baby's great delight. The cat was a stranger, a stray who had been seen lingering about the barn for some little time. He longed, no doubt, for human companionship, but was afraid to venture until the innocent baby voice reached his ear. That babe has now reached middle life. Gray hairs crown her head and frame her sweet, bright face. The cat's instincts were true, for lovable she has been throughout her life. A rare babe and a rare cat. From whence he came they never knew. Well bred he was, and handsome, remarkable for his size and afterwards for length of life. His colour a soft Maltese grey, with white upon his breast. Day after day the cat returned to play with his chosen friend, and the two became devotedly attached. But it was a friendship that had wanted their little girl again. But the childless uncle and auntie also pined for the baby girl, and the parents, having other little folks about them, yielded her once more. This visit, however, proved to be a long one. From weeks it lengthened into months and years, and ever after the home was at uncle's. Tom soon renewed his old intimacy, faithful lover that he was, and the two were very happy, the close companionship continuing throughout Tom's life. He and the dear uncle would always see the little maid through the wood, halfway to school, and then would meet her again when studies were over. At home they played together and rested together. As Tom grew older, he became a trifle childish, and had to be humoured in some things. He had the habit of coming to the front hall door quite early in the morning, summer and winter alike. Little Hannah would hear his beseeching voice and hasten down to let him in. In winter she would patter down with small bare feet, though cold and dark, open the great door a crack, seize the big puss in her arms, and fly like a tiny ghost to her bedroom. Safely inside, she would quickly slip the bolt, then climb with her burden into the great feather bed, where the two would snuggle down together for a sound morning nap. But naughty puss would take advantage of her kindness, and occasionally was known to come to the door as early as 2 o'clock in the morning. Poor old Tom! One day he was found disabled underneath a pile of rails. Shaken by dogs was the supposition. It might have been paralysis, but it was a terrible thing to his lifelong friend, the little girl who had now reached womanhood. Tenderly they carried him to the front yard, and made him a soft bed beneath a shady tree. But his hours were numbered, and that day was his last. Many times has she said to me, "That was one of the greatest griefs of my life." Uncle made the coffin, and faithful Tom was laid to rest in a corner.